Welcome, everyone. This is um, to the DEI district level meeting for March 26, 2025. So someone to give us a motion to call us to order. Okay, thank you, Shaka, and seconded by Mike. We'll open the meeting and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. I would like everyone to take a moment, if they can look at the minutes from the last meeting and review them and see if we can get those approved. Is there a motion to approve? Thank you, Shaka, and seconded by Mike. We will approve the minutes and make sure they're entered into the record. And we'd like to start our meeting out tonight with DEI in action. Leah.
Thanks, Derek. So a lot has happened since we last met. There is a new DEI TOSA intern whose name is Chloe Tyson, and she's a senior at Skelderland High School. She's an intern through the CIP program, and we have visited all of the schools and also have attended equity team meetings at Altamont and Linwood. We've also attended equity team planning meeting at Pine Bush, and today the two of us joined Linwood for a book session led by librarian Julie Healy. So that's been really wonderful. It's been amazing having someone work alongside me in this in the DEI team. In the Capital Region, Derek and I have been pretty active with Capital Region BOCES. We took students from Elevating Student Voices to their last meeting, and during that time, the discussion was on social media and cell phones. And Derek and Chloe have also been asked to be panelists at the Youth Summit on April 2nd at Proctor's Theater. So really excited to see them, be panelists there. We attended equity officers meetings and also hosted the third session of the Capital Region Global Majorities Affinity Group alongside two of our other equity officer colleagues in the Capital Region. In the middle school and high school, I co-facilitated the FMS student voice meeting with Ms. Cahill and also Ms. Jagger. I also actually today met with FMS math teachers to help with the statistics unit, and we wanted to be DEI SEL focused. So we're working on that. Probably next month we'll be doing something with that. And I also was able to join the FMS data inquiry team, which was really interesting. At the high school, I was able to join teachers to be part of the Seal of Biliteracy panel. Really awesome to hear research from French students, and I could remember a little bit of my French that came back in, but I was the English panelist, so it was really wonderful. Derek and I also co-facilitated 2 high school DEI student voice meetings. I attended the Asian Student Union and the Muslim Student Union had a combined club meeting as they prepared for Henna Fest. Chloe and I attended, there was a feminist club, Black Student Union, the Muslim Student Association. They had a club collaboration, and they learned about intersectional feminism through presentations and games, and that was this week. It was really, really wonderful. Students did such a fantastic job putting that together. Super informative, really loved the discussions. And actually, Kim Blasiak and I joined the Alliance Club last week as they welcomed author Bushra Rehman. Her book, Lines in the Mouth of, or Roses in the Mouth of Lion is about what it means to be Muslim and queer in a Pakistani American community. As far as the elementary schools, a lot going on there too. Author Jeff Mack visited Guilderland Elementary. Matt Barnes, who worked in Antarctica, came back to Guilderland Elementary and also went to Pine Bush Elementary. And Kim Blasiak came to that event as well. And Pine Bush, the second grade team that was part of that presentation, got to hear it, actually worked with their fifth grade buddies on nonfiction writing based on some of the information that they learned about Antarctica. So it was really fun to see these second graders teach the fifth graders a little bit about what they've learned. Fifth grade wax museum, I saw Dr. Wiles there. How incredible are those students who research, athletes from like Serena and Venus Williams and Josh Kelly to like mathematicians like Katherine Johnson. It was just like incredible to see them. As far as professional development, Laura Ackerman and Beth Whitman from Pine Bush hosted a PD session on examining bias in children's books and how to talk about it. Really amazing. We got some good turnout and great conversations there. And Derek and I would join the social studies elementary cabinet to work on a PD session for the superintendent's conference day on Juneteenth. I know that he went to one of the sessions. I went to another one during that day. And Emma, Felicia, Jody, and I, we also co-facilitated a session during superintendent's conference day that focused on faculty and staff refilling their cups, something that, we kind of saw in the climate and culture survey. Like some of that data was used to like, okay, this is what's needed. Let's do something and have that for teachers. And Jody and Felicia with Mike Lasser also co-facilitated an equity team roundtable, and Derek was there as well. So a lot happening, and thanks for pushing this up for me to be able to share out tonight.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or for Leah or myself? All right, then we should be good. Thank you, Leah. And we will move on to subcommittee reports. The subcommittees met on March 12th, communication, community engagement, and research, and decided, since many of our projects overlap, to meet together. So would anyone like to share? Oh, okay. I'm seeing a lot of action in the background, but not anyone coming forward. Each of the committees met, and one of the things that I appreciated from that meeting was the focus around students and their activities. It seemed like all of the committees came together to see how we can support the efforts and the initiatives that students will bring into the forefront. And we wanted to commend that energy that was brought forward. Some of our students couldn't be here tonight because they're on a field trip for a French class and a few other items that are going on this time of year. But we really appreciate their drive and their ability to bring us together. Communications had talked about the students really were spearheading, talking about the video that they want to do at the middle school and at the high school. We're still talking about community engagement and the research and how we can support those elements. So we're going to have an opportunity tonight to really dig into how we can support students. But before we do that, is anyone wants to represent what the Student Voice Committee at the middle school has been doing and up to? Annika, thank you.
So for the video in Student Voice at FMS, since we only have 3 more months left of school, we want to split it up with DEI. So April is going to be diversity, and we have a statement for next month, which is diversity is the strength that makes us unique and united as a school community. And then we interviewed students in our school and 3 staff members in our school, and we asked them the question, what does diversity bring to a school community? and we made it like fun, and we shot videos with Cinna, who's our dog at our school. And then we're also doing staff meetings, and then we're finding a way to get students more involved with ENL students and those who are hard of hearing.
Excellent. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? All right. The students are busy, especially at the middle school. I'm really proud of the way that they've really pulled in their peers and have really taken off with and made it their own. So that was the vision, and I'm glad it's really happening for them. For the high school, the students literally met today, and we had a number of students meet. There were 4 initiatives that the students were working on. One is the, let me pull them up. One was trying to put together a DEI breakfast. That the students are looking at the possibility of dates. They're not sure if they're going to be able to pull it off before the end of the year. They're looking to see if it's possible. But if not, they are looking to do it in the fall of next year. We also have students who are going to be doing an elementary school visit that has an activity that revolves around inclusion. They'll be reading books to students and answering questions for them. And they'll be going to Linwood to do that. The students have gotten together. They're going to be working in teams. Our students from the Teacher Corps are going to be assisting with some of the training to help them manage the class and help them pull off their lesson plans with the students. And they are moving forward. One of the possible dates is April 24th. But they're steadily making progress and moving forward on that agenda. Also, the anti-hate rally, which will be May 22nd, is in progress, and they are delegating tasks and have an extensive to-do list. And they're working on that as we speak. There is another DEI video that is being planned by the high school students. It is a combination of interviews and / a documentary. They're developing their script, and they're getting ready to interview students for it. And they're looking to also take film of the events happening at the cultural fair that's upcoming, and at the anti-hate rally. So they're going to use that footage and use the interviews from students to put together a mosaic, and we're not sure when we're going to be able to share that, but they're looking forward to putting that work together. Their next meeting is April 23rd, but they will be meeting outside of our normal meeting times to figure out and to work independently on the different projects that they're working on. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, so I guess we can move into what will be a discussion / our learning module for tonight. What I wanted to bring to you was a proposal that has come up for the career fair, and how we wanted DEI to be involved with the career fair on April 11th. And I know Mike is on the call. If you want to give a little background to the career fair and its role at GHS, then I'll tell you what our involvement this year will be, and we can discuss the impact of that.
Yeah, so it's been a tradition. We've actually got 2 fairs going on. We got the career and trades fairs this Friday, and then the cultural fair is the one that's on April 11th. The cultural fair has been a fixture in the high school for over 25 years. And it's got heavy participation of students. The International Club leads the efforts. It's the perimeter of the West Gym is is booths manned by students where they educate students about different countries, their cultures, traditions. They do activities at the tables. A lot of the tables have food. And then they, besides the tables, they have more activity tables in the center of the gym where kids can get henna done. They can do calligraphy. There's places for them to buy bamboo and plants that they can keep in their rooms. And then, then throughout the day, the students do performances as well. Could be different dances, different demonstrations, singing, whatever it may be. So we're doing some things a little bit differently this year. Two things we're really trying to focus on is we wanted to make sure that the population of the students down at the fair didn't get too big at one time, and that the students didn't show up necessarily too many times during the day, because then the uniqueness of the activities kind of falls flat if they show up, like if they're there 4 times instead of 2, let's say. So we're actually assigning the students by grade level to come down for different around 45-50 minutes for each grade level. And then we also have the 3rd graders that will be coming in during second block. And when the elementary students come in, our 10th graders will be just about done and moving out. So the 3rd graders will have their own run of the West Gym while they're there. And then the other thing that we are doing a little bit differently this year is we're trying to really make sure the students are interacting with the tables. So the advisors are creating activities where the students are kind of motivated to go. They have to go and interact with different regions in different countries, so that they can earn different things through an activity sheet. So that's kind of the stage of it. So it starts at 8 o'clock and it should be done by 1:45 on that day. And by the way, all students come down, can eat in the cultural fair during their lunch. And they also have a food station set up where students can pre-order different foods from different regions.
So as you can see, this is a long tradition, and it's something that I think is a part of our community that we really want to support, especially from a DEI perspective. So this year, what I have done is made a request, put a proposal together to join the cultural fair and help enhance the great work that is going on there, and in an effort to increase the role and visibility of DEI at the school. We wanted to develop what we call the Guilderland United booth proposal. And at this booth, we would have 3 purposes. The first purpose of the booth is to educate people about the role of DEI and almost like a UN in fostering domestic and global inclusion and promoting human rights. So we've also reached out to the Model UN Club that is also on at the school to help educate people. We have all of these countries from all over the world being represented, and we want to talk about how do we manage relationships and make sure that international relations are going smoothly and fine, and how do they monitor conflicts and resolve them amicably. And the UN is the umbrella for that, and domestically at home, DEI tries to do the same thing, is create inclusive environments that allow us to appreciate and to celebrate the diversity within our community. So that would be the first, is to be educational and have some information there for people. We'd also want to encourage people to engage in the event and to make it to the tables. There are over 70 booths that the students will be manning, which is pretty incredible. So we want to encourage people to become what we call global citizens. And by doing that, if they go to a a number and take advantage of the activities at a certain amount of the booths from around the world, representation from around the world. They can come back and have their worksheet filled out, and they can become what we call global citizens. And our goal is to get at least 100 global citizens to come back to our table and say, hey, this is how I engaged in the event, and I went around the world and appreciated the work that the students have put together and the hard work that they've put in. So that is the second purpose, is to encourage that global citizenship. And the last purpose is to identify what we call peace builders. We would like some folks to volunteer to become peace builders. They're not there to police the event or to look for hot spots among the nations, but they're there to really to promote civil conversations, making sure people are engaging, hosting the third graders who are coming up to take advantage of the event, and fostering that sense of inclusion, that people feel welcome at the event and that they're engaged about what they're learning and are sharing with one another. So that group of folks would be what we call peace builders, to go out there and to build that sense of social cohesion and connection amongst people, and start becoming the solution that we want to see, is to come into the events that are being done and supporting the events that are part of the staples and traditions of our Guilderland community, and really start to practice the unity by engaging people in one-to-one or small group conversations, and making sure that we're doing the work of DEI, which is creating the connections amongst each other. So the International Student Organization has volunteered to give us blue t-shirts for our peace builders, to be able to go out and mingle among people and be identified, and to help us out on these occasions, and to mingle amongst the crowd and make people feel welcome and part of the Guilderland community, and to really push that Guilderland United perspective. I've said on a number of occasions, when I first came to the district, one of the signs I saw on the wall was the We Are Guilderland movement that you saw around the high school. I know Farnsworth has the Farnsworthy movement as well, but within our schools, we want to make those aspirations real, that people see students and community members and people living that out. So, and that interest, we like to invite out the committee for feedback, and to see if you want to come join us on that day and be part of the event. So in a nutshell, what do you all think about the cultural fair and our possible Guilderland United table proposal? Heather, go ahead.
I think that sounds like an amazing thing. I know that I've heard about it even before I had kids. I heard about this event. I would see it in the media. So I always thought that was such an excellent event that, you know, the district had and the high school had, and especially that the younger kids got to go. I know that was really exciting when my kids were in elementary school. So yeah, I think if you let us know, you know, what kind of commitment you're asking from the committee in terms of coming and times and things like that, and what you would like us to do, I think that would be great. And then we can kind of maybe, like, I can check my schedule and see what might work.
Awesome. Like Mike said, the event is from 8 o'clock to 1:45 p.m. So during that time, when we're setting up the tables, whatever time people can donate, we would love to see you, and we'll find ways for people to fill in and to enjoy the day. Anise?
Yeah, I'm available. I looked at my calendar and I don't have anything scheduled on that day, so I can definitely work around. I can work in the afternoon and leave my morning open, so count me in.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll just throw it out there. The busiest time we have is when lunch is going on. So that is from around 10:50 until about 12:50. So
You said May 22nd, right?
April 11th.
April
Oh,
11th.
geez, I'm all off.
May 22nd is the anti-hate rally.
Okay.
So you did have the event, an event, right? So that was it. Yeah. The April 11th is the cultural fair.
So, Mr. Piscatelli, just do you want more people in your gym between 10:50 and 12:50, or do you want less people in your gym between 10:50 and 12:50?
I'd say the more help, the better.
Okay.
So,
You know,
but having said that, honestly, if it works better to come in the morning, we're fine. It's going to be calmer in the morning for sure.
yeah, we were saying that, you know, peace isn't the absence of threat, it's the presence of connection. And this is one of many opportunities we can take to start making connections with our students, seeing how they're thinking about things, looking at the work that they're doing, and being part of the community building that's going on. And that, to me, gave us a tremendous opportunity to enhance an already successful program and to support it the best we can, and play a role in helping create the community that we're looking to see. It's one thing to talk about DEI, and it is another experience to be immersed in the community and to really engage them. And this is a great opportunity for people to have conversations who may wish to do so. Now, this idea came up as a result of the cultural fair and trying to look at what ways that we can embed DEI in the culture of the school, the high school. My next question is, do you think elements of this should be carried forward into other cultural events at our schools?
Can you give an example of what other type of events you're considering?
Participating in cultural events that happen at the school that we may want to become a part of or to share with students. It could be anything from pep rallies to sporting events to theater events to the anti-hate rally that's coming up. Different ways of making sure that we're engaging people, making sure they're connected, and that we're learning about how the students are experiencing the events that bring them together at their school.
I think that's a great idea. I think my concern would just be that we want to make sure that we, as a majority of us being adults and not students, that we don't try to insert ourselves in these student-led events. So it'd be maybe slightly tricky in that sense.
I agree, and the role is always to support our students, much like our last committee meeting. Is this, let the students be front and center and do what they do, and support them much in the way the educators in our buildings do so on a regular basis. But to give people that experience and say, hey, how can we help? How can we serve? How can we support? Are there any other thoughts about how we can, I know in our last few meetings, we've really put students front and center, and we've asked the questions about how we can support our students and how we can come together as a community, as a Goodland community. Are there any other ideas on our minds in terms of maybe even expanding this to having events for parents, having events that would bring in other stakeholders and segments of our community and engage them in a way that helps them understand the goals of understanding everybody's story and being able to become inclusive? Marie.
The ENL contingency of our school community hosts the international night, and I don't have the calendar in front of me, but Melissa Howe and her team put together an extraordinary night, I think at FMS, where families come and they bring a dish from their community, and you come and you bring your appetite and you get a little taste of foods from all around the world, and it's about families. It happens in the early evening. It might be worthwhile to reach out to Melissa to see if there's a way that this committee or some of our students on this committee might participate. I know they also do some, I don't know if they have musical performances, but they have some kind of a program as well that showcase the work of the students. And I think, and it might even be tonight, I think Linwood Elementary School also does their own international night. So I think there are some pockets out there. We just need to maybe do a better job connecting the dots.
Excellent. Yeah, Leah has started a calendar of events for people to attend, but this would make it more of a collective endeavor instead of individuals attending but not really having a role. And so we're trying to have meet the best of both worlds, to insert ourselves in places where we can have a role and enhance what's already going on. Anise.
Yeah, actually, one of the things I thought about in our subcommittee meeting was presenting, maybe like doing a showing, a premiere of the materials, the videos that the students are working on, the small videos and the larger form video, maybe at the library, like presenting it to the community and having like a community day or community night. Yeah, just around that. I thought that it's, just a way to share this, what's happening in the school with the larger community. That was something that I had in mind. We'd want to definitely like organize a little bit more, it's not just like a screening, like we should totally be prepared for like a community conversation, and, we'd want to prepare more for that. But yeah, I thought that would be a great event.
Excellent. I think that's an excellent idea. Shreya.
So today for a French field trip, one of like the last things that we did, we had like tables that represented different Francophone countries like Belgium, Quebec, others, and basically at each table there's like a speaker, there's like a person from that country, and you could ask them any questions about their country or their life there or their culture or anything like that. And obviously we had to do this in French, so it's a little different, but I feel like I don't know, I just had some great conversations and I learned a lot about this other person's lives when they were living in that country, and it helped me connect with them a bit more. So I feel like if we could, I feel like this is something we could easily implement at the cultural fair if we get because a lot of our students are from different countries, and if we can add that element, I think it would be kind of nice. So that's just something to consider.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm writing down all of these suggestions. The beauty of the work is seeing it in action, and the more we can do more active things that we're actually immersed, I think the more we'll feel like we're making a difference. I think this work is often like learning a language. The best way to learn a language is not to be in a classroom talking about the language, but to immerse yourself in that community and to become a part of it. So it'd be nice to create as many opportunities as we can for that immersion, because I think that's where the commitment comes from, and that's where the connection comes from to move this work forward. It's hard to deny this work when people are connecting and talking and meeting each other and learning from each other's stories and experiences. So we're looking to provide more active immersion whenever possible. Does anyone have any statements or suggestions or things for us to think about along those lines? All right, then we will move on to membership update.
That's me. Just fairly quickly, we are getting ready to do our reaching out to various groups to recruit our new members for this committee going forward. So just I'll share these numbers with everybody, and so you can go out and encourage your friends or your peers or your colleagues to think about this. But we will be sending through Mr. Laster, we'll go to the middle school, and Mr. Piscatelli to the high school. We're going to be looking for 2 Farnsworth middle school students to join us going forward. And just as a reminder to all of our students who are on this call who are not graduating, you get to stay as long as you like. But we're looking for 2 Farnsworth students and 2 Guilderland High School students. We're also looking for 1 staff member. So I'll be doing an outreach to all staff. And then we're looking for 2 community members, which we defined as parents/community. So community members with children in our schools, but also if they don't, that's okay as well. So we do that outreach for community members through word of mouth, but we'll be putting a letter to the editor and the Enterprise, for example, to let folks know that we're looking for people who are willing to join our committee. And to join, ultimately, the Board of Education will look at all of the letters of interest. We ask those who are interested in joining us to just write a short letter. It doesn't have to be very formal, but just a brief letter that basically explains why someone would want to be on this committee, and that any experiences they may have that would help contribute to our work. And then to indicate which of our 4 subcommittees they might be interested in being on. So we'll get that out. I don't know if I've done a deadline. It looks like I said April 11th. I'm looking at my letter, and that I'll probably stick with that because it's brief. This will go out tomorrow. And so once we have all of the letters, then the Board of Education will take a look at all of them and, kind of try to create a balanced group here. So we have a variety of perspectives, and then we'll formally appoint the new members, and then we invite them to join us at our June meeting so they can get a feel for what it's like to be on this committee and, on the screen and being recorded and all those things that go along with it. And then they'll officially begin in the fall. So look for those. Everyone on the call, if you know somebody who is really interested in this kind of work and might want to join us, a tap on the shoulder goes a long way, a lot further than getting an email from me. So if you know somebody who you think might want to join us, please reach out and we will be happy to hear from them. I'll take any questions if there are any.
Any questions?
All right.
All right.
Happy recruiting.
Definitely, let's get some people to come. Is an 8th grader who will be a 9th grader still count as a Farnsworth student?
If they send their letter as an 8th grader, they should send their letter and tell us they're in 8th grade, and we would figure it out from there. So if there's an 8th grader who wants to be on the committee, send the letter.
Definitely. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight and for spending your time. Anyone who's willing to be a part of any part of the cultural fair, please contact me, and I will make sure that we find time and space for you to be involved and to have a wonderful experience in getting to know our students, faculty, and staff, and immersing yourselves in that event and having a good time. And in the meantime, I guess I will take any motions to adjourn the meeting. I see one from Shaka. Any seconds? Thank you, Heather and Nina. So thank you, and everyone have a good night, and I hope to see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Marie-
Have a good night.
Marie, Derek, can you guys hang on?
Good night, everyone.
Sure.
Sure. Just
Derek.
turn-